A very good day to you all. In continuation of our observance of Black History Month, I shall today take the opportunity to discuss a too often overlooked sailmaker from Pennsylvania by the name of James Forten. Forten was born free in the city of Philadelphia in 1766, so that by the time the American Revolution began, he was only 9 years of age. Nevertheless, at 14, Forten signed aboard a privateering vessel, the Royal Louis, commanded by none other than Stephen Decatur Sr., father of the famous Commodore. Alas, the Royal Louis was taken by a British man of war, and Forten spent the next 7 months aboard the British prison hulk HMS Jersey in appalling conditions. Upon his release, he went to sea once again, this time on a merchant ship bound for England. When he finally returned home to his native Philadelphia, Forten began learning the trade of sailmaking, which would one day earn him his fortune. By his middle 40s, Forten was one of the most successful sailmakers in all of Pennsylvania, owning his own sail loft and, unusual for the time, employing a racially diverse workforce. It was from this position as a prominent and extremely wealthy business owner that Forten began to work as an abolitionist and an advocate for the rights of Black Americans, not just in Pennsylvania, but all across the newly founded nation. Although slavery had been abolished in the northern states for some time, Black Northerners still faced intense discrimination and were by no means equal in the eyes of the law. In response to a proposed piece of legislation that would, among other things, require free blacks to register with the government upon moving to the state of Pennsylvania, James Forten penned his famous pamphlet, Letters from a Man of Color, an impassioned appeal for equality. A portion of the text reads, "Those patriotic citizens who, after resting from the toils of an arduous war which achieved our independence and laid the foundation for the only reasonable republic upon earth, associated together and, for the protection of those inestimable rights for the establishment of which they had exhausted their blood and treasure, framed the Constitution of Pennsylvania. They have, by the 9th article, declared that all men are born equally free and independent, and have certain inherent and indefeasible rights, among which are those of enjoying life and liberty. Under the restraint of wise and well-administered laws, we cordially unite in the above glorious sentiment, but by the bill upon which we have been remarking, it appears as if the committee who drew it mistook the sentiment expressed in this article, and did not consider us as men, or that those enlightened statesmen who formed the Constitution upon the basis of experience intended to exclude us from its blessings and protection. If the former, why are we not to be considered as men? Has the God who made the white man and the black left any record declaring us a different species? Are we not sustained by the same power, supported by the same food, hurt by the same wounds, pleased with the same delights, and propagated by the same means? And should we not then enjoy the same liberty and be protected by the same laws?" The bill was defeated. For the remainder of his life, Forten continued to campaign for racial justice and equality. He fought against the resettlement movement, which sought to send free blacks out of the country to form their own colonies in places such as Liberia and Haiti. He also met and befriended a young white abolitionist by the name of William Lloyd Garrison, who would, with Forten's help and financial backing, found The Liberator, one of the most prominent and influential anti-slavery newspapers of the 19th century. For the remainder of his life, Forten continued to contribute both funds and articles to The Liberator, and when he died in 1842, his funeral was attended by thousands of admirers, both black and white.